Hello everybody, and welcome to July Wrap Up Part 1. I've been vlogging a lot, so I thought I'd try a different format for this wrap up to avoid repeating myself too much or, just boring you all. The door of no return. In his village in Upper Quanta, 11-year-old Kofi loves his family, playing Owari and his grandfather and swimming in the River Othin. He's warned, though, to never go to the river at night. His brother tells him that there are things about the water you do not know. Like what? Kofi asks. The beasts, his brother answers. One fateful night, the unthinkable happens, and in a flash, Kofi's world turns upside down. Fionn is the last head witch in Foxhall. To work her magic, she only uses what nature can spare, unlike the witches of the powerful Foxhall Coven, who sacrifice whole forests to fuel their spells. But across the warring kingdoms of Wales, all magic is fading, even the dragons have vanished. Prince Taliesin would love nothing more than to watch magic die, but when his father charges Tal and his brother Dafydd with destroying King Offa's Dyke, the massive earthen wall raised by their Mercian enemies to the east, which may be the cause of the magic's disappearance, he begrudgingly seeks aid from a witch. A lonely girl draws a magic door on her bedroom wall, and through it escapes into a world where wonder, adventure and danger abound. Red marker in hand, she creates a boat, a balloon and a flying carpet that carry her on a spectacular journey toward an uncertain destiny. A king emerges from a hidden door in a city park, startling two children sheltering from the rain. No sooner does he push a map and some strange objects into their hands than he is captured by hostile forces that whisk him back through the enchanted door. Just like that, the children are caught up in a quest to rescue the king and his kingdom from darkness while illuminating the farthest reaches of their imagination. Failing to get the attention of her busy father, a lonely girl turns back to a fantastic world of friendship and adventure. It's her third journey into the enticing realm of kings and emperors, castles and canals, exotic creatures, and enchanting landscapes. Like the other three books before this, it is, in style, a wordless picture book, but this one is a beautiful book about the effects of a flood on a family and their home. At school, Connell and Marianne pretend not to know each other. He's popular and well-adjusted. He's star of the school soccer team, while she's lonely, proud and intensely private. But when Connell comes to pick his mother up from her housekeeping job at her house, a strange connection grows between the two teenagers, one they are determined to conceal. Fast forward to a year later, and they're both studying at Trinity College in Dublin. Marianne has finally found her new social world, while Connell hangs at the sidelines, shy and uncertain. Throughout their years in college, Marianne and Connell circle one another, straying toward other people and possibilities, but always magnetically, irresistibly drawn back together. Then, as she veers into self-destruction and he begins to search for meaning elsewhere, each must confront how far they are willing to go to save the other. A subversive historical novel set during the French Revolution, inspired by a young peasant boy turned showman, said to have been tormented and driven to murder by an all-consuming appetite. Mirabelle is part of a very unusual family, between Uncle Bertram transforming into a ferocious grizzly bear and Aunt Eliza's body being made entirely of spiders. It's safe to say they are an extraordinary lot. To the human residents of Rookhaven Village, the family is a threat. So long ago, a treaty was reached between them. In return for sundries and supplies, the monsters won't eat the townspeople, and an invisible glamour was set around the perimeter of the manor to keep strangers out. But the glamour serves a second purpose, to keep Mirabelle and her family hidden from those who would do them harm. When two orphan siblings enter that tier, they open a door that was meant to stay locked, and Mirabel and her family are put in great danger. "12 Moving Tales of Sacrifice and Bravery," inspired by first-hand accounts of the Windrush generation. Each inspiring and authentic story helps to bring the real experiences of Black British people into focus, produced in partnership with Black Cultural Archives to honour the Windrush generation. This collection of short stories truly inspired me, seeing the hopes, trials and tribulations that were faced by Caribbeans coming to the UK for the first time, as well as the prejudice, ignorance and blatant racism they were to face, was just absolutely heartbreaking. Yet the perseverance was an inspiration to me. It's made me look at my grandparents' story through fresh eyes and be awed all over again by what they've achieved, with a greater understanding now. The short story called Diary of a Windrush Kid got me all choked up, I think probably because it was in diary or entry format, and being from a young child that was clearly trying to be sheltered, from all the racism by her family that was trying to protect her, but she was still experiencing nevertheless. Who is the mysterious blood-stained man who stops their coach? Why is no one around when Lance and the rest of Year 6 arrive at the brand new Crater Lake Activity Centre? This is just the beginning of the school trip from hell, a fight for survival that sees 5 pupils band together to save their classmates from an alien fate far worse than death. If ever happens, they must never ever fall asleep. Alistair shares his knowledge and passion to empower young people and give them the skills and confidence they need to understand how the country is run, how they can get involved, encourage them to have a view or take a stand, and give them tips about how to debate and more. And that's it. I thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed.